He is a poet, writer, film director, film producer, pornographer. No.
COVID-19 vaccinator.
COVID-19 super spreader. Everyone say what's up to Carlos Jimenez Flores. Welcome to the show.
What's up, fellas?
All right, man. Now I just got to get the serious question out of the way. Why did you vote for Trump? No.
Well, let me tell you.
I thought we weren't going to talk about that.
I got to bring it up.
I thought we weren't going to
talk bring it up. I know he's a very big Trump supporter. No.
Let me tell you why I hate Trump.
Okay. This is a very long list.
No, but I hated Trump since I was 13 years old.
Why?
Because I used to love the USFL. Because it was the only ticket I could afford as a kid.
Damn.
It was $7 to see the Chicago Blitz play. And he took that league and...
Did he? He bankrupted or?
That's all he does is bankrupt shit.
No, what he did was that he put a lawsuit. He convinced the USFL owners. They were around for 3 years, but he convinced them because I seen people play like Herschel Walker, Steve Young, all them cats, right?
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon. So he made the owners go to court and sue the NFL because he wanted the merger of the USFL with the NFL because he wanted to be an NFL owner.
Right.
So he was trying to force it.
He was like Will Ferrell in semi-pro, like
right.
like I got the Florida Flint Tropics.
But the funny part was that so they went to court and won because the court agreed. They said, you know what, the NFL is a monopoly, but we're only awarding you $1 because they were like, you could have gotten your own TV contracts for your games. So that's Trump.
Fucking Trump. Here's all right.
I
have a theory.
No, let it marinate for a little bit.
It's because I'm the number of people that love this dude. They're like, you can clearly see that they were fucking like. I was doing a show in Lake Geneva, and like I was in a gas station buying beef jerky because that's like good beef jerky from a gas station out there.
Organic, I hear.
No, it's like real thin. It's fucking great.
Bear meat.
But anyway, some dude just straight up walked in and was like, "Man, fuck Biden." And I was like, "Damn, dude."
Wow,
like, dude, you drive down the road like Lake Geneva, it was a Trump Pence sign lit up with fucking like landscapery and shit around it. It was crazy. But the thing is, this dude has been in our lives for how long though?
Yeah.
Because I remember him like back in the day.
I was a kid.
He had a fucking board game that I remember like so. This dude was been like. He's somebody that you probably could have looked up to. Like,
he's a pop culture icon, right? Like, you know, whether you want to say it or not, come to terms with that, he is. Because, like you're saying, he had a game. Like, that guy...
He had books. He had, like, TV... like
every TV show, every movie made fun of the casino he had, right?
Yeah.
Remember there was the Alibaba casino. It was the, Donald Trump's Taj Mahal. Like, he was that popular,
no, but he was even in hip-hop lyrics, too.
Yeah,
like always.
Yeah, there was up until he won. There was a song like "Up Like Donald Trump." Yep. Like it was. He had fucking Mac Miller made a Donald Trump song. Like it was fucking crazy. So when he wins, I can see why people love this dude because he's been a part of their lives for so long.
And the people that love him realize like, oh, he's like me. I don't like black people either.
Like what? I can openly not like black people. This is fucking.
Did you see there was there was like this
televangelist. Oh, for those that don't know, Donald Trump lost the election.
Oh yeah,
or we don't know yet because there's still
he has yet to concede.
He's never going to concede.
Well, Georgia said that they're going to count the votes over again by hand.
That'll take until fucking January 21st. Because either way, I think you put up a post up that either way by the 21st, if there's no resolution, he has to leave.
Yeah.
And then it becomes Nancy Pelosi, I think.
Yep.
And
in the interim.
Yeah, and that's not somebody we want.
There's like a former CIA director was saying too, like, he's worried about what he can do. Like they were trying to like enact the 21st Amendment, just tell him like get him out of office because he's unpredictable,
But that's if they do that, then they can do that for anybody going forward. The minute they set a precedent of like, like Trump is mentally unstable, they can do that for fucking Joe Biden. Joe Biden's 78, he's probably got dementia. We don't know. Like
that's if they don't listen to what they tell him what to do.
But
I'm sure they told Trump plenty of things to do. I'm like,
bro, were you one of the people celebrating in the streets? Like when Saturday?
I don't celebrate victory, man. I celebrate championships.
Dang, this guy. Hanging banners on the rafters.
I was like, hey, man, if they had like, how many electoral votes did Puerto Rico get? It's like, 080? Yeah.
Zero. That's funny. Yeah, this is a good pose, man.
all those fucking people in Florida, all the Hispanics, not the Latinos, the Hispanics voted for. Bro, I was watching the news and like the Hispanic vote. I'm like, damn, when did we go back to being Hispanics?
Stop changing.
Like, we went back
Latino, Hispanic, Latinx.
No, they brought us back to Hispanics when they realized they were voting for Trump. Yep. Like now they're Hispanics again.
Yep.
You say Jorge Masvidal, bro, was all pro Trump in it, man.
Oh, the dude from USC. Yeah, I'm telling you.
That was weird.
I replied onto his thing, man, because he kept talking about Kanye, and I'm like, yo, the hell of the show, brother. I was like, I get it. You were used to get the Latino vote. It didn't happen. Like, it's done. You don't got to keep pushing the rhetoric, bro. Like, I'm sure you got your money or whatever it is that you got.
Oh, he got paid.
We got it.
Yeah.
Like,
but
can you win a belt for me, bro?
I honestly believe people underestimate how conservative older Latinos are.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, they like all, especially like the Cubans and all that shit. Like, you think they're fucking pro-abortion and all that shit? Like, they're raised hardcore Catholic.
Yeah.
And that did not go away.
Do you have relatives like that though? That were leaning, maybe say not Trump, but like to your view.
No, because my family's in Puerto Rico. Like, it doesn't matter who the fuck they vote.
But here's the thing. Like in Florida, you got to see the barometer of the Puerto Rican vote, and I'll tell you why. In 2016, the last election, the Puerto Rican vote, the majority went to Trump. Okay, because Puerto Ricans are conservative, Latinos are conservative.
It's a hardcore.
But here's
Catholic.
the thing: because of what Trump did to Puerto Rico with the paper towel situation, they didn't forget, and it flip flopped. And so this time around, 75% of the Puerto Ricans voted for Biden.
But then the Cubans.
That was huge.
Yeah, it flipped.
But
see, the Cubans, because you know what?
Picker upper.
No, but the Cuban situation is this. The Republican Party does a great job of scaring people with words like socialism.
Yeah.
And they have painted the picture that Democrats are socialists.
Yes.
And Cubans don't want to deal with that because they got that, PTSD.
And was fucked
right.
up.
And not again, man. Nah, chica, fuck that shit.
And here's the thing, is like, Republican conservative people, they're good with like picking the right words to scare people.
Oh yeah.
But like liberals and Democrats, they're bad at like picking words that like motivate people. Like defund the police. We're like, no, don't say that. Just be like reallocate funds. Like,
which is the same thing.
Huh?
Which is the same thing.
Right.
Yeah,
seriously.
it's legit. That's what people really wanted. But now they're saying defund, which means like, because I had people tell me like, oh, so that means you hate cops. I'm like, no, I just wish they would educate them in a different way and like maybe
use
that
budget that they're given for improvement.
Right.
Which is what's wrong with that, man?
Yeah, exactly. But you say defund the police, and people like, well, that's I guess our motto.
Because D's like a negative already. You put D in front of everything, and it's a negative, connotation.
D's nuts,
yeah.
Like it's already negative. Like,
that's negative off the bat.
Negative,
you know they're not. You know they're not.
Except double D's, that ain't negative, bro.
Oh,
double D's. Yeah,
that's double negatives. Makes it a positive.
Yeah. Double D titties. Is this where we're going now? I thought we were getting all political and we went back to fucking titties. Might as well bring up Metamucil.
Break.
Nobody wants to talk about
commercial deuce break.
No, but I feel like people they really underestimate the Latinos, thinking that they were all liberal conservative just because they're Latinos. It's the same thing like when Kanye said, he was on Rogan's podcast and he was like that people told him he was going to take away the black vote from Biden. And then he made a point where it's like, that just makes me think that you all think black people are going to vote this way.
Yep.
And it's like, and they all thought the same thing. Just because we're Latinos and you got the youth that are like fighting for Latinx, their parents aren't thinking that way. Like, they're looking at them like, what the fuck's Latinx? Right. I'm Latino, I'm Puerto Rican. And then like,
they'd be like, I can't even pronounce that. Latin.
Yeah,
tú eres latín. ¿Qué carajo es un latín?
This is de Italia.
Like, how do you pronounce the X? Is it like, because that's like a Mexican thing where they got that X.
What I'm saying.
Quetzalcoatl and shit like that. Like,
oh, like they be doing that che bullshit.
Yeah,
Latin che.
La che.
Yeah.
I said Latin che.
They got the Argentina. Mira fuche.
Hey, if you're listening and you're consider yourself Latinx, that's fine.
But Latinx isn't like a broad.
It means everybody.
Name,
it's
right?
just
everyone.
It's just inclusive.
Well, yeah, they just want to be inclusive, and they,
because the Spanish language, puts everything in the masculine form first.
How fucked up is it, bro? That we speak two languages, right? We're all bilingual here. Three out of the four, right? English and Spanish, and both languages are European.
Yeah.
Well,
but they don't see it that way.
They don't see it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would like to speak Nahuatl.
Spain is in Europe.
You know, like I would like to speak my native tongue. I don't know.
Arawak.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I can't even imagine, like, even what it sounds like. If someone's speaking to me in like an old Taino language,
yeah,
like,
you
what
wouldn't.
the fuck? Are you
Well, I mean, we have a couple of words that we still use that made their way. Like, nobody had a word for hurricane. That came from Arawak. So it was, huracan.
Yeah.
And so that was incorporated. Same thing with the word canoe. There was no word canoe in the English language. That's canoa from the Arawak language. So we do have a couple of words.
Here, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why we brought
That's
him
what's
on.
up. Yeah, bro.
You
See?
feel me?
I think I
I'm
found a
feeling
new
it, bro.
co-host, Jose.
Hey.
Wait a minute.
Nah, but look.
I got the crystals, remember?
Oh yeah, you get the brain crystals.
And because
I'm
I showed up late, this is before the session. Like, damn.
We haven't even
Imagine.
smoked it. But no,
This guy's like dropping hints.
but there's other shit that, like, even in our language that you got to think about that comes from just different parts of the language, like, or different languages in general.
All
like,
derivatives of
anything that starts with al in Spanish is from the Middle Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
alfombra, algodón, like all that shit is
Our
all
names. Your name's Abi
My name's
right?
like Abi is a fucking.
It's
like
like
a
that's
Hebrew name.
that's like an archangel's name, like Elias. You know, El means God in the
Right.
Hebrew.
Yeah.
So
I don't know where, like, yeah, it's a European language, but it's like it started from Rome. It's like all the Latin languages, right? Rome or Italian, Spanish, and French. And there's another one. Is there another one?
But my last name Gonzalez can be traced back to Germanic times.
Oh, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
it goes back.
Bro, before they landed in Mexico, there is no Sanchez's out in Mexico.
There was more like knocks and glyphs.
Yeah, it was just a
The
symbol.
stone glyphs. Just point.
You see that Aztec bird? That's my last name. That's what it is.
Right,
Right
right.
there. We didn't have like all that shit because Gonzalez or Sanchez and all that shit would be spelled with an S. That comes from Spain. And then all of a sudden we just added a Z. Like, nah, we're extreme, bro.
Yeah,
We're switching it up.
We did that fucking
It's crazy, like when my kids start talking about that stuff, like about Europeans coming into this, cause they get into that, like the piracy of it, and you're like, so wait, like, so they didn't, like, Columbus didn't, like, no, I was like, no, like, so why do we celebrate it? And I was like, you ready? And I was like, and you start telling them how it is, like, people like us, like, I don't, because my dad taught me that when I was a kid. He told me, he's like, we don't celebrate Columbus, like, because he didn't discover it. And you can discover something that's been found already, and then you're going to say it's you found it and not say it's been on blood. So as a kid, I taught that on my kids. I was like, I told them just how it is, man. But to me, it's astounding on their own without you even having to bring it up. They start questioning history. And I was like, to me, that's enlightening.
Well, that's what's good about how when you get the National Indigenous Peoples Day and shit like that, and how that opens up the youth to learn that shit. Because we just accepted Columbus Day. And then that movie 1492 came out and whatever, I forgot what year it was.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
Gerard Depardieu. And,
Yeah.
and they legit showed him as the asshole that he was.
Yep.
And then you start reading like, oh, I got to look into this. And then I read Lies My Teacher Told Me, that book where they kind of corrected all the shit about history. And it's like, oh, so he was riding the Taino in his like donkeys because he didn't want to get mud and his shit. And then they raped all these. It's like, oh, this dude never even fucking made it to the United States.
A poet had told me about Howard Zinn's book, A People's History of the United States. He was like, read it. And I haven't read that whole book, man. I've bought it twice, but it's so thick. But I read
I read the
Bible.
It's
I
a
read
Bible.
the foreword. And I was like, done.
Right.
But you read like the first like 2 chapters, man, talks about Bartholomew, the guy that was with Columbus, and he wrote the journal. Oh man, you're like, this is some bullshit. Like you become real ignorant, man. Fuck this guy, because it was atrocious, man. The things he did.
I didn't know Italians rode that hard for him. Like they're fucking.
Did they though?
They're dude. They
But they
try to tear down
financed
the
the shit. That's why.
Well,
He came in with all that.
I'm
gold,
talking about
too.
Italian Americans here. Like
Oh, yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah,
protesting the people taking the statue down. Like this guy's a
Yeah.
great Italian.
There's a whole episode of Sopranos about it.
Yeah, it was one of the worst episodes ever.
I
But
love. Come on, bro. Whatever.
Were you surprised he was gonna say that though?
what? That James was gonna say?
No, you were gonna say this the worst.
No, it's a terrible episode. It didn't fit with this whatever was going on. It was like, all right, here's.
But
the
maybe
fucking
they didn't know
mantra.
though. I'm not defending them either for celebrating him, but maybe they weren't educated enough to actually know the true history of Christopher Columbus. That's a possibility.
Or they just don't care.
Well, the first thing is his name ain't even Columbus because it's
Colón.
Cristobal Colón.
Yeah.
And I think that if Italians knew this motherfucker's name, they wouldn't be so hard on it. You know
he's changing names on us? Come here.
Right.
Where the fuck did he even get Columbus from?
Bro,
come on, man.
I have no idea.
That name is
yeah,
synonymous to so many things. Columbia Records, bro. Columbia Pictures, bro.
I love how you spoke Colombia, the country with the U. The motherfuckers.
ooh, they'll lose it, boy.
Bro, it's like calling a Puerto Rican a Mexican. Like,
Yep.
what? Like, no, we're Colombia.
Colombia.
Colombia. Now, you are a pretty prominent fixture here in Chicago, especially in the Puerto Rican community. Aren't you the head of the Puerto Rican Day Parade and other?
It's executive director of Puerto Rican Fest.
Yeah, it's separated. No, well, it used to be.
It on his
yeah. It used to be. He read, bro. Nah, it used to be all one thing. Like the Puerto Rican Parade Committee used to control the parade in downtown. They used to control the Casa Puertorriqueña, and they used to control the festival. But they got into, the last 3 administrations were into the dirty stuff, and like the last of the 3, like each one outdid the previous.
Yeah.
And then the last one like changed the bylaws, said there's no more elections. They were there for like 7 years and just cleared the house. And so
names.
everything.
Who are these savages?
Man, bro.
Oh, you know what? I know who
Lily's
they
Records.
are, bro. Oh, don't mind. This kid didn't open.
But the thing is that what ended up happening is
people are
that
foul, they gotta be called out.
the thing is that they put the house, the Casa Puertorriqueña, into bankruptcy court because they just like put a loan on it, all that stuff, and then there was a federal investigation. Anyway, to cut to it, the government like shut everything down. Those people are not even allowed to operate in any type of nonprofit organization forever.
For life.
But here's the thing. So then it was like nothing was gonna happen. Everything was canceled. Now,
so they weren't even to do a parade. They're nothing.
No
This was
festival.
like what? Almost like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, this was 2 years
2
ago.
years ago, right? Yeah.
So what happened was, because there was not gonna be, there's always been a parade on Division Street, and I was one of the people who believed that the same parade that was in downtown was the one in Division, that they just went from downtown and finished it over
I
here.
thought so too.
It's two different parades.
2 different parades.
Get the fuck out of
Yes. So the one in downtown was the one handled by the Puerto Rican Parade Committee, and then the one on Division Street is the Puerto Rican Cultural Center. So they've been doing that one for 41 years. That never skipped a beat. So, okay, so we still got that. Because who cares about downtown? Basically, nobody would go.
Nobody goes downtown.
Everybody waited to Division Street.
Yeah.
So that's a done deal. And then what happened was some people got together and created a new nonprofit organization just for the festival. They want to keep all 3 things separate so that history doesn't repeat itself.
Right.
So then I became I was appointed executive director of the Puerto Rican Festival. So there's no more voting. People keep asking, oh man, are you president? When can we vote? Ain't no voting, ain't no president. That's over with. That's the past.
Yeah.
And so, and then there's another group that they got together to create another new nonprofit organization for the new Casa Puertorriqueña, and that's in the works. So there'll be an announcement.
There's a new committee for that too now.
Yes.
Oh,
so now
good,
the
man.
3 things are separated.
We should do that in the government.
Right.
Because, like you said,
You mean eliminate corruption?
Each one was trying to outdo each other, just like sucking funds. Like, I can't even imagine how you still have Puerto Rican pride if you're doing that to the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, how fucked up is your sense of pride?
I seen that cat the next day. They were looking. This dude was all over TV. They were looking for him.
Yep.
And I'll pass by a store. I'm like, bitch, they're looking for you.
Right.
What? I'm like, he's.
No, but
But he was like, come on now.
No, like nothing. Yeah, no, and everything was cool.
Like,
in PR we say tú tienes una cara lata. You know what I'm saying? You know what cara lata is? Like the tin,
the
tin
can, right?
can.
Yeah.
Like your face is like a tin can. Nigga. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like you just like I'm here in my store.
Yeah, it was it. I was like, all right.
No, what everything happened over there, that happened over there. That wasn't me. But was there any sense of guilt with these motherfuckers? Like,
I don't think to be honest, I don't think it was the old man. I think it was the people that were around him. You know what I mean?
Which usually is the case.
But
right?
he's the face.
Right.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's the face of the organization. And so he's going to take the brunt of it.
It's a shame.
But anyway,
you
that's in
did
the
well
past.
though, man. Like your first
Thank
year.
you.
I do know because I follow you, man. And
Yo,
I think
it
you
was
did a great
crazy.
thing. You have a good team. Like, because I
Thank
know you
you.
have some people that are my people that are on your team, man.
Yeah.
You got Jessie on your team, and she's a phenomenal. Shout out to Jessie Fuentes, man. First
Yeah.
of all, but so it's it's good to see that someone try to reach a hand and like make sure, hey, you're not drowning. We're gonna save this.
Yeah,
The community needed. Chicago needs it. I think
I mean, it needed
outside
to
of the Puerto Rican community, but the whole city, because everyone's. They look forward to that weekend, that stretch.
Well, not the white people. That's the go to Michigan's weekend.
They were
Right.
everyone like Geneva.
They try to gentrify that neighborhood. Like, my friend has a cabin in Michigan. I'll go stay there for the weekend. These Puerto
Right.
Ricans and their horns.
They're still here.
Not just
Their cowbells.
I know a lot of white people that bought condos in Puerto Rico or in Humboldt Park that did not anticipate
Oh yeah.
the strength of the
Of
horn of a Jeep.
Oh, man.
Like, and then you get 17 of them motherfuckers in the parade.
And then you get the paleta horn.
It's crazy, but I mean, the Puerto Rican festival. That festival is the biggest Latin festival in the whole Midwest, bro.
I believe it.
Like consistently, they get in attendance over the 4-day period, like over 100,000. Now, last year, our first year, we put that together in 2 weeks, bro. And it's like, and it rained every day, and the temps were 40s and 50s, bro, in June. So it's like our attendance was 45,000. But I know that if it would have been real nice, weather,
For sure.
then
Yeah.
it would have doubled that easily.
But it rains every time.
Bro,
No, because
there's-
every
check
year
this
there's
out.
like a
no,
tempestad out of hell.
wait. Be careful what you wish for. So check this out. So
always a
last
fucking
year,
aguacero out of nowhere.
Yes.
Like, what the
Never
no,
fails.
but check this out. Like, be careful what you wish for, right? So it's like last year, I'm like, man, it rained every day and it was cold. I hope that next year is sunny and hot every day. And
it
guess
was.
what? This year,
It was.
fucking June was in the 80s every goddamn day. And what happened? Motherfucking COVID.
We had
Damn,
a
you
drought
COVID.
and
So I
shit.
had to wish for
COVID
us to
is-
have the festival with hot weather. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I didn't
Right.
put the wish all the way through.
Nah.
Did you do a Zoom festival?
Man, we were going to do
Weren't you
that.
weren't you pushing that? I thought.
No, we were going to do that. But here's what happened. George Floyd was a week before.
Oh.
And so it kind of like,
Would've
how
put-
could we be in a festive mood when the whole nation is on this? Like,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
Everybody
so it just,
felt that.
So then we made an announcement, even though we were already going to go virtual, and we had a lineup and everything, bro. And
Yeah.
and then we had to just in
Look, this is 2020 was an asterisk year for you, bro.
Bro.
Like,
That's asterisk
For everything.
it's for everybody. This was so great.
everybody, everything.
Dude, aliens are
Anything-
looking at it like, damn, they're getting bad this year.
in 2021, anything that you did in 2020, like everyone's gonna be like, all right, I accept it. Like,
Right.
Oh, if you haven't accepted it now, bro,
you got the fucking.
it is
asterisk
what
on
it
the
is,
end.
man. We're like what 3/4, man. Not even. We're like 80% of the year is almost over, man. It's a wrap.
And then you fucking hit us with a second lockdown.
That's coming, bro.
That was
No, they already shut down bars and restaurants for whatever fucking reason, which is dumb. So
New York just announced their shit.
because I can
too.
still go to the gym, but I can't go.
I was
to a fucking
thinking that.
bar.
I was
I've been
like,
in the
how
gym
can
every
they do
day.
that? I've been in the grocery
They're
store.
about to take
No,
that
but
away, though.
You ain't see these.
Yeah, they're gonna
gangs?
take that away. But look, I'm confused about this. I was on the highway, and I see the sign that I always be saying, if you're coming from a COVID hotspot,
Right.
Set yourself on fire.
self quarantine for 14 days. But then there was an announcement that Illinois is the number one state with the most cases. Like,
But also
fuck
we've
you
been-
talking about? We
we've been-
are the hotspot.
We are the hotspot.
You know what I'm saying?
But like, it's only for Cook County. So if I come from fucking Elgin,
Right.
is that a COVID hotspot? I don't know. I gotta sit in the
Is that
house.
current, James?
Yeah. These are.
This is only because we've been doing more testing.
These are. But see, that's
If
what
we
I
s-
thought at first, but it's not.
If we stop testing,
Lakeview.
There wouldn't be any.
Lakeview currently has a positivity rate of 20% of people getting tested. So like, even if it was less tests, it'd still be 20% of people getting tested positive.
So
that's how those
I
drunk
just
white
found
girls
out
making out
Right.
with everybody.
that
that's why
this-
the bars are closed, bro.
This virus doesn't give a discharge. That's not one
What?
of the symptoms. There's no phlegm. There's no.
Oh, I'm like,
I thought you were talking
There's
about
no
that.
like.
he's
that.
like, I'm trying to figure out why my
He's
pee
like,
burned.
something
I thought it was COVID,
between
but
my knees itches.
but
No,
looking
but-
into it,
But
my
this,
pee
it
burns for
doesn't.
another reason.
It doesn't have like phlegm. So my buddy was telling me about his little girls. You know, she was coughing on a little phlegm. I'm like, oh, you go get her tested. I was like, for what? I was like, it's just a little phlegm. I was like, isn't that like one of the symptoms? Like, no, actually, it's not. I'm like, yeah, right.
It's a dry cough. Yeah.
It's a dry cough. I'm like, get out of here. I was like, yeah. And I was like, that's interesting. I was like, to me, I'm like, that's odd. I'm not a medical expert. None of us here are. But I know that when you're sick and you're infected, there's always an inflammation and some type of mucus buildup. That's just natural. That's what happens, right? Yeah. So I'm like, why isn't this happening? I see a video. I saw a video about this doctor saying this is the only virus that doesn't cause a phlegm, which is weird. He's like, the only way a virus does that if it's been tampered with. And I'm like, I was like, what is happening right now? So then you start looking at other viruses. I know,
GMO viruses.
Don't believe me. Just hear me. I'm not a believer.
No. You gotta say, hear me now, believe me later.
Yeah, right. He's like, man, remember that dumbass dude?
That means I had COVID way back in like January. So I've been ahead of the game, bro. Mm-hmm. And then I got tested not too long ago. I did like a home kit.
Yeah.
And I did the swab. But
that shit that James was talking about?
I did the swab, but then like I don't know how you guys feel like what happens to you in the morning. No, what happens to you guys in the morning when like your fucking nose is dry? So I put the swab in there, it's all bloody and shit. I'm like, oh, these people are gonna think I got something for real. Just dump it back in the tube. You don't get like a dry nose in the winter, like when it gets cold?
No, not really.
It depends on the heater.
I know what you're talking about though, yeah.
Like if we got heat, like
either that you were fucking doing rails.
Oh, yeah, shout out. You got how many kits did you get?
I ordered another one because I played softball, but I'm good.
Shout out to
a professional softball player.
Pixel Lab. Pixel.labcorp.com is giving out free kits if you want to test yourself. It takes like 3 days. I got it back in like 3 days.
So if you're not insured, then you're able to get one of these,
it's free.
Right?
Yeah. And you don't got to leave if you don't.
It's a sponsor?
No.
Oh,
it
I
is.
had that shit.
Yeah, for
they can be if they want.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Joey, where's the camera? Right there, bang.
Let's pause for our sponsors, and we're back. Okay. We currently have none. We do have merch. Which will be missing at the end. Either way, but no, I went and I got this kit, and 3 days later, I got the fucking results back saying I was good.
Yeah.
And then because I guess there's been like a big outbreak on the comedy scene.
Yeah.
Just the comedy scene?
I think it's
well, I mean, like of people that I was around and shit. And
yeah.
People were like, "Oh, I'm sick now." I was like, "What?
What are people doing, man? They're just licking themselves. They're not wearing the mask.
It's not wearing a mask because if you're in a green room with somebody and there's a legit false sense of security that comes with your temperature's okay and you said no to every question.
Yeah.
And then they ask you. So you're just sitting like, all right, I'm good. I'm assuming these other people, I don't know what the fuck they doing in their lives, like doorknobs after people. You know what I'm saying? It's like
that's what I'm saying. Like, as people are touching things like over and over. So it was like, you know what I mean? Like,
or just not washing your hands.
You're just not washing your hands.
Like the simple shit.
As simple as the things, man. Like, bro, I feel a drip coming down here, and personally, I'm like, I gotta get this, but I don't want people seeing me do this,
bro. Once I got,
I'm worried they're gonna be like, hey, chop that finger off.
Once I got the test results back, I couldn't stop touching my face. I was like, oh my god, it feels so good. Like I'm just fucking wiping boogers, flipping it on the dog. Like, get out of here,
just spitting everywhere.
Yeah, like, oh fuck this shit, I'm clean. But there's legit false sense of security that comes with people like, oh, my temperature's fine, I feel fine, but who knows? I could be asymptomatic or anything like that. But
that too. But
I just feel like. I had a cough in January for like 3-4 weeks, and my mom was like, "We're gonna go take you to the hospital." I was like, nah, I'll be fine. Week 5, it cleared up. I was like, all right, cool.
Damn, week 5?
It was a long ass time. I had a cough from I had a long.
I remember
cough.
that though. You were.
But the thing is, I ain't got health care.
Did you come in here to do the podcast?
Huh? Listen, bro. What's done is done. 2020 is an asterisk year.
Right? So well.
What's done is done.
I got a good immune system because that's the case, bro. Whatever you had wasn't even coming my direction. I was like, no, not this guy.
There was no phlegm involved, so.
Yeah, there was no discharge.
No. Are you considered?
Why am I spotting?
No, I got the itching, and then you got the discharge from your penis. So those are different things.
Oh,
going on with
you
right
got that. Go give me that rock in front of the yard.
Fucking Abi coughed on me. That's what it is, babe. Like, I wasn't cheating. No. Abi coughed on me. I'm sorry. He fucking gave me a dirty dick somehow. I don't know what he did. It's in the air.
That's a different double D.
Yeah. That's the wrong mask. You didn't wear the wrong mask, bro.
But now the entertainment industry is back to being fucking shut down. And also, I'm king of the segues, bro.
King
filmmaker
segue.
extraordinaire here. How many motion pictures have you made?
I have 12 feature films.
All released in theaters?
Not all of them.
Okay.
4 were released
4.
in the theaters.
Nice.
I had a movie called Scalene. It came out in January of 2012, and we shot that in Indiana. And that movie was the New York Times Critics Pick of the Week out of all the movies that came out of Hollywood.
Oh wow!
Really?
So that to
That's
me
pretty
was
dope.
better
Yeah.
than an Oscar, bro. Like for us to do some, our budget was $150,000, and like for us to do some in Indiana in this remote town called Richmond, and man, like it's just a blessing, bro. Like
That's dope,
I
man.
also I had 3 movies come out in the theater in less than a year, so I'm the first Puerto Rican director to do that in history.
Now, is that just here in Chicago? Is that nationwide? Or?
No, in Puerto Rico. So there's 2 different types of releases, movie releases. One is like it went to like 3,000 theaters, so it's like coast to coast.
Right.
And then that's your theatrical release.
Right.
But then you have what is called a limited theatrical release, and that's just less than whatever. You know, it's just
You get like a certain period, right?
right, certain periods, certain amount of theaters. You know. And so it's kind of like saying, hey, here's a feature film, but here's like a short film, or here's a feature film and here's a low budget movie, and you know the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah.
You got any new projects you're working on?
Yeah, so
Or
I got 4
having
movies.
auditions. I mean, Abi can
Yeah. Do you need
James to be directing. I mean, there's a lot of things we could do here, Carlos.
I'm just spitballing here.
Okay, so let me put this out there. Like you got to manifest it, right? You throw it in the universe.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Bring your life to it.
So like I got 4 films that are in post production right now. That means they're being edited. They're all in different phases. However, I do have a streaming channel that's gonna debut in January, and so I already signed a deal with. It's gonna be on Roku. It's gonna be on the Amazon Fire Stick. It's gonna be on Apple TV. We're gonna have an app for Android phones. We're gonna have an app for iPhones, and there's gonna be a website as well. It's gonna work like Netflix, but at the same time, kind of like Comcast. So when you log on to the channel, you gotta download the app. You get to the channel, and there already be something playing.
Yeah.
Right? There's already like in Comcast, you turn on
Yeah. It's
Comcast.
just
there's
TV.
Right.
Yeah.
There's something already playing. However, and this is the Netflix part of it. If you don't like what's being shown at the moment, you can go to the menu.
So it has an on-demand.
Exactly.
Nice.
And now you
Gotcha.
could either binge watch a series, you could watch a film, whatever you want. So
Or a podcast like Legal Aliens.
or a podcast like Legal Aliens.
Like La Sala.
So that's
the living room.
No, so that's what I was gonna say. Like, we're gonna have to talk after the show and see, I like what you guys are doing, so there's room. So
That's what's
Hey,
up, man.
anything that we can do to help ourselves.
It's all about empowerment
Hey,
and finances.
I'm anything if I'm selfish. I'm just saying no.
No, but that's how you should be
that's
doing, man.
great.
Dame
Like,
Dash did something like that, man.
yeah.
He has his own streaming service like that, and it's all his shit, all his production, man.
Right.
That's exactly what I thought about. I follow him, man. Does
Same thing with-
Poppyton.
Doesn't Puffy got his? He got Revolt TV. I think that's Puffy. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. You got
So do you
his shit.
have content already ready to go, or is it just gonna be your 7 movies streaming constantly? Like,
Shit, why not? It's his shit.
I know I
I'll
would
put
too.
all my movies.
channel.
is constantly on. One of my movies is
Nah,
always on.
so what I'm doing is I can't share part of the details. That'll be off camera, but basically
We'll talk
I
about
have
it next week.
I have content. I have content from other filmmakers and content creators.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, I'm gonna throw my own stuff in there
I mean, you have
as
to.
well. But it's mainly everything else. Plus, we're gonna be doing original programming. So we're already filming some TV shows that are gonna be on the channel as well.
Oh shit!
I
And
wanna
when this is coming out January 2021.
January 2021. COVID hit us hard. That's the
yeah.
target date.
Right.
There's a lot of productions that we had in place that had to be postponed. So
there's delays then, of
So
course.
there may be a delay, but we're still shooting for January of 2021.
Where's most of your production at? It's here locally in Chicago, or are you going
Both.
back and forth to
It's in Puerto Rico because I don't have to be there. Like, these are people that are creating stuff that's going to be on the channel, and they're just
That's
producing
awesome,
it themselves. Because my goal is to make 40 Puerto Ricans millionaires in 3 years. That's my goal.
and then one Nicaraguan, bang.
Make it 41.
You were already included. You didn't think about
thank
you. One of the 40.
Yeah,
boy.
But that's honestly
like Jehovah's Witness, one of the 440,000.
Right. The goal for me is to make the #1 Puerto Rican channel, out there, and so just take over, just do a TV takeover, and just do it right.
I love it.
Yeah, that's great, bro.
Because there's really,
that's great, man. Mad success.
There's really not anything geared. Like when you see Latino TV, it's like Telemundo, but it's got a Mexican edge to it. And like even watch like Narcos, they got a Brazilian dude that played Pablo Escobar.
It's stereotypical too. I don't want to say so much as Mexican, but it's very stereotypical.
I just feel like there's a lot of there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of gray area as far as like Latinos goes. It's like there's Puerto Ricans are different from Mexican different from Nicaraguan. You know what I'm saying? Like Colombians they're all different. They all got their own little vibe and shit like that. So like we had to kind of got to showcase that, because I think when you do Latino shit, you kind of got to do a general thing, or you got to go with a larger like segment of the population. So anything that comes out of LA, it's gonna be geared towards Mexicans.
Yeah.
Anything coming out of the East Coast is gonna be Dominicans or Puerto Ricans,
because you think about demographics, target markets, whatever pushes.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing. Like I did the LA thing, bro. Like when I first started in movies, I moved out to LA in 2008, and so I spent 3 years out there, and it was like I was a part of 3 films as an executive producer, and like those 3 years, I learned a lot, because that's when you really look. First of all, like Latinos, we're 25. Let's say, rounding it off, we're a quarter of the nation, right? We're 25% of the entire nation as a people. There was a study done where I think it was Stanford or Berkeley. Like they did a study of every single TV show and film for the last 10 years at that time. For the last 10 years, right? They took a decade.
Yeah.
And they looked at the people behind the camera and the people in front of the camera, specifically the lead actors in front of the camera. Only 4% of everybody was Latino. So we're super underrepresented.
Yeah.
But then, on top of the fact that there's only 4%, they were getting the roles of the gardener, the drug addict,
the stereotypical
dealer. Right. So you can't even be a doctor.
Right.
You can't be a lawyer. No, because that ain't
regular ass dude.
Right. That ain't job. You can't even be
regular ass dudes. I know. Yeah. Like I'm not.
Right.
Like, you can't even be that.
So it's funny because I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like when I go back home, like. We got doctors. Who the fuck? Like Puerto Rico's full of Puerto Ricans. Like we don't import lawyers and doctors. You know what I'm saying? Like bring them in. Fuck. We got an emergency. We
don't pull a USA.
Flying an Indian dude.
So, but out of that 4%, so now you shrink it even more,
right?
Because out of the 4%, right, 0.001% are jobs that are Puerto Ricans. So it's like we're so you have all these Puerto Ricans that leave the island and they go for the Hollywood dream, right? And then you go and you see a lot of dudes that are or females that are like wait staff or working just like whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like working in a car rental place,
hotel,
and
service industry jobs,
right? They're just trying to make ends meet because they don't want to go back home because now they're embarrassed, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they take like 15 years just to get a spot on a TV show, as a guest. It's not even like a role,
a feature role,
right? Yeah. You feel me? So like, when I saw that, I'm like, man, you know what? I'm gonna start my own company. I'm gonna go back home and film some shit myself. And that's why I came back to Chicago first. When I started getting real hot in Puerto Rico, I moved to PR. So I made that move back in 2015. I made a move to Puerto Rico, and I was there for 3 years. But then Hurricane Maria brought me back to Chicago.
Yeah.
And if not, I would have still been there. Like I would have never met y'all.
What's the film industry like in Puerto Rico though, as far as getting shit made and original programming and shit like that?
So there's two answers to that. First of all, it's non-existent.
Right. You got Web TV.
And everybody else.
That's a real channel. Web TV in fucking Puerto Rico. Yeah.
So the thing is, like, what's going on is that there's no studio in Puerto Rico. So I want to build the first studio in Puerto Rico, like major studio.
Like a Paramount Studios,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Like what, like that, like a Universal.
What do we got, CineSpace down here, right? is that CineSpace that we got?
Yeah, CineSpace. Yeah. But that's not even major. That's like a small.
That's
studio.
a warehouse.
Like Puerto Rico ain't got no major. But here's the thing. Hollywood comes and they make a ton of movies in Puerto Rico because Puerto Rico's ecosystem is just so diverse. Like we got a desert, there's cactus, all kind of shit. We got a tropical rainforest. We got a jungle. We got the beaches. We got
a desert in Puerto Rico. Man?
Yeah, bro, in the south part of the island. It's they call it it's like a dry forest. They call it a dry because cactus and all kind of shit. And then we got lakes, rivers. There's and all those keys. Because there's smaller islands with white sand beaches, all of that stuff.
All around it, right?
Yeah, bro. We got mountains and shit. So there's so much diversity that a lot of Hollywood companies like to go there and film. So they get a big tax break, and that's what lures them. But what happens is the Puerto Ricans don't get those jobs. They bring people with them.
They bring their whole crew. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah. So it's like the Puerto Ricans leave.
What the United States has been doing to that fucking island.
Exactly. So the Puerto Ricans who want to be in the film industry, they leave and they go to like Miami, Atlanta, and LA, and New York. Those are the 4 places. And then, but they're drowning. Like, it's not like you make it overnight. You got a couple of superstars that get some shine, like Benicio del Toro, J-Lo, even though technically, whatever. But that's the face.
Hold up. Let's get into this J-Lo shade. No, go ahead.
But,
That's the Latin exposure. Remember we had that? It was Ricky Martin, J-Lo, and
Mark Anthony.
And Mark Anthony. We had 3. It was a Latin
Elvis
explosion.
Crespo until he went under the blanket.
Right?
He got real
on the airplane, right? On the airplane?
He did suavemente. He had discharge.
He had Jose's discharge.
I don't understand, bro.
No,
I don't get that. Like, you got money, son.
Why?
Like you got people like begging to be with you, and you doing some foul shit like that on a plane.
You couldn't wait to get home,
bro. You can't out earn weird, bro. Like, no matter how much money you make, you still gonna be weirdo. Like,
I knew he was weird by his hairstyle, bro. I was just waiting for some I was waiting for some public shit to come out, but that motherfucking hairstyle just told it all.
I saw him at the Cuban Fest, bro, and there was like a line to people to say hi to him, bro, and I was looking for like our bags in one of the tents, and I'm like, what's this line for? And I keep saying like, who's this small ass dude? But I'm like, keep looking. I'm like, that dude looks familiar. Dude, I can't find this bag. I was like, oh, that's Elvis Crespo, but he was looking thick, I was like, damn, and they had the same hair. It was like
Elvis Crisco.
Yeah,
boom,
bang. That's it. Thank you, everybody.
That's a good night. That's a mic drop on that one.
Take this off.
No, so what would it take to get a studio built in Puerto Rico though? Like
a lot of money.
I was about to say, besides money. Yeah.
But
are there people that are interested in the island? Because I know a lot of like. When's the last time you've been in Puerto Rico? Like as far as like
February.
Just the temperature of the island as far as like people staying, not wanting to leave, because a lot of them after Maria fled to Orlando and they moved to Florida and all this other shit.
No, and I was one of the ones that was displaced. But then the earthquakes this year. Remember, 2020 started with all those fucking earthquakes in Puerto Rico, which then more people left.
Right.
But I'll say this: it is kind of like Field of Dreams, where it's like you build it and they come.
Yeah.
So my thing is,
you just got to give people a reason to go back.
I just want to buy 100 acres in the middle of the island and just build a studio.
Dude, you can get that for $75 right now.
I know.
Because you said everybody's leaving, right?
Payment.
I know, and here's what's crazy.
If everybody's leaving, then oh shit, we got that. Everything's cheap now.
Because
they want people to be there.
I've seen like I would go back to the island like whenever we had summer breaks. My mom didn't she works like I can't watch this kid, so send him to Puerto Rico. Winter break, I had 2 weeks sending him to fucking Puerto Rico. And I would see how the island changed, just even from shit like a Walmart popping up there, bro. And like all the little pueblos fucking disappeared.
Yep.
So now there's no reason. Everyone is like excited. It's like, oh, it's cheaper to go to a fucking Walmart. I'm like, yeah, but you go to your pueblo and the whole town is. It looks like an empty movie set, bro. Like there's towns.
All like empty storefronts.
All the storefronts, bro. It's sad to see because I remember as a kid, like this would be the shit to go to, like a small town.
Nah, bro. All of that shit blows me, bro. Because let me tell you something, like. When you that excited about fucking Olive Garden, bro, and you got a 3-hour wait to get a fucking plate, it's like disgusting, bro.
And
that's not even real Italian.
It's
food,
not even
bro.
traditional. No. The sabor is not
nothing,
the same,
bro. Nothing.
Nah.
Nothing. But I'll max that fucking tour of Italy though. But
no, I ain't gonna listen. I'll fuck up some Olive Garden.
Some
but
breadsticks.
But here's the thing, I don't know.
But not a 3-hour wait, bro.
No.
And the
Out
fucking
there?
car is lined. Yeah, bro. Like the line out the
it's
door.
like a Popeye sandwich, bro.
Yeah, like that.
They still go to
insane.
They got Ponderosa.
They still got Ponderosa. They be pounding that shit, bro.
Yeah, they do.
But here's the thing. Here's what's crazy, because like I'll get Puerto Rican food here, and like my mom will cook it. Some, you know, she doesn't. I don't live with her, so she's not cooking as much. But like I'll get the Puerto Rican. I'll go to different like restaurants and get it. Now if I lived on the island, I'd be like, man, I kind of want a fucking meatball marinara sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, because you know you're
used to,
because
you eat it every day.
right? But at the same time, it's like, do they not know? Is it just because it's brand new? Like,
It's because it's brand new, and the thing is, like I said earlier, like Puerto Rico's full of Puerto Ricans, so it's not like you got an Italian family living there and then they do some authentic shit. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not like here, you know.
Yeah, you're not gonna get a Maggiano's in motherfucking
Right.
Puerto Rico, you know. So it's like
Not
that's
yet.
why an Olive Garden does well, because they don't have a place to
and
eat
it's
that type of
something
food.
that, you know, it's not mommy's food. You know, they
Right.
want to try something.
Right,
different.
right.
Because when I was back home, like after a while, I'm like, man, I'll smash like a double cheeseburger right now, but
that's so
there's
because
no
we're-
double. There's nowhere to get double. It was
That's just 'cause
arroz
we're
con
addicted to it.
frijol and pollo,
Yeah.
the same thing over, which was still fire.
No, but look,
You know what
man,
I'm saying? But
I
after
gotta
a while,
get,
you're like,
I gotta
want
get
some
something off my
tacos.
chest, because you asked me when was the last time I was in Puerto Rico. So I was there in February, right? But I was supposed to be there in April. Fuck you, Spirit Airlines. Fuck you.
Yo,
Fuck you.
Fuck Spirit
Why?
for real.
Just lost another sponsor.
I'll tell you what.
Good. Fuck Spirit Airlines, bro.
Look, let me
y'all.
tell you.
CTA of the sky.
So right, so I did that, right? I went on like I bought that ticket, and then COVID happened. So they're like, look, you can't fly. I already know that. So I go, let me get my money back. They said, nah. I said, hold up, how you not gonna give me my money back, right? So
said,
then
nah.
they were like, nah.
they're like, bro, it's $17.
I wish.
Just give me 15.
I would have
Keep
given him a
two.
$20 tip. But no, dude, look, fuck you, Spirit. Like it
Yeah.
was $433, bro. Right? So round trip, because it was spring break. So
Oh, okay.
here's the thing.
God damn.
Yeah, bro. So they're like, we're gonna give you
That's
credit.
half the Spirit's budget right there.
Right. So they're like, I pay for the whole fucking all the seats. So
I gotta paint it myself.
I just chartered this plane.
you know what I'm saying? But they were like, no, we're gonna give you credit. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, because I gotta fly out there anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So I said, you know, how long this credit lasts? Like a year? They were like, no, 6 months. I go, do you understand? We still gonna be in COVID.
Yeah.
How the fuck am I gonna fly?
I
You
need
gonna
that extension.
bro. They said no extension, bro. I done lost that money, bro. I just
Yeah,
gave it
it's
away.
a wrap. Just keep
Dude,
it.
that's how Spirit stays in business, by scamming them. Spirit, they have 100 seats.
Fucking
They sell
Spirit.
300 and hope 200 people don't show up. Mm-hmm. And
Or
then
they
when
sit them on laps.
and then when 300 people show up for the flight, they're like, oh, we only have one flight and it's on a Tuesday.
Right.
Hey, can you fly?
No, they act surprised.
you'll
When
get
everybody shows up, they act surprised. Oh, they're here.
Yeah, you get the Aguadilla at fucking 10 o'clock at night and no one can pick you up from that side of the island.
He ain't gonna make it, son.
No, there was one time, I forgot, I think my mom was flying Spirit and she was going to get to Aguadilla, which is close to our hometown. It's the next town over. But for those that don't know, Aguadilla is on the far west coast of the island. It's like an hour and a half away from San Juan. But it would have been like a connecting flight.
Yeah.
And like the first flight out of Chicago was delayed. So I'm calling, like my mom, she's one of those like, just call for me and handle it. So like I'm on the phone with people, like they're like, no, but the connecting flight, it's still on time. And I had to tell this lady, I'm like, do you know how airplanes work? She's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, if you miss the first one, that one is leaving on time. It's
Yeah,
fine.
It's not waiting for me.
It's not waiting, right? And they're like, oh, like you legit heard the fucking light bulb go off in
Oh
their
my
head.
God.
And then we had to rush. I'm like, just give us back the fucking money. And they, I guess at the time they had better customer service. They ended up giving back the money, but then I had to get my mom on a fucking Delta flight. And then they fucked everything up because now she had to go people to pick her up at San Juan and shit like that. But Spirit Airlines, they only fly on like a Sunday or a Monday to Puerto Rico too. It's
No,
like,
not now. It's every day, bro.
oh, is it? Are they flying into San Juan or are they going into
Both?
They're still going to Aguadilla.
Yeah, both. But Aguadilla is not every day. The San Juan
Aguadilla, bro. You get there fucking 2 a.m.
Yeah, you get that 2 a.m. Like,
It is like it's a small.
That's just like a spot before you get to San Juan, or
no,
it's
no,
just that's
yeah,
where it
yeah,
lands?
it's a spot before San Juan.
Okay.
Because if PR is like this, and then
Aguadilla is here.
Aguadilla's here and San Juan's here.
I'll show you on the map.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right.
Where's your the
Aguadilla
laser
is
pointer?
over
And the
here.
U.S. is over here. We are over here.
We're over
Right
here.
here.
But it's convenient to fly in the Aguadilla for like my mom and shit like that because
Yeah.
it's our hometown. San Sebastian.
Yeah, she's next door.
It's the
But
next
for
door.
me, I'm like on the other side.
Where are you from?
Well, I grew up in Rio Piedras and Carolina.
Okay.
And so, but I was living in Rio Grande, where the rainforest is at.
Yeah.
So from the balcony, man, it's just beautiful, bro. I miss home.
I know.
Oh, I bet, bro.
I haven't been back since it's been before Maria.
Oh, damn! It's been a few years. Man.
Because I think we did my mom's 60th there. She's 67 now.
How long were you out there for? A week?
No, we usually go. We don't. It doesn't make sense to go out there for a week.
No,
like you got to go. You got to spend like 10 days minimum to chill and just to get back into the vibe of like just being back on the island. Yeah. You gotta, and then you go back to the places that you like you heard about and all the things you missed. Like, dude, I didn't do Puerto Rico as a tourist until I was an adult.
Right.
And like even the people that live there, like people in San Sebastian, they're not going to El Yunque. They're not. Nope. They're not. They just live in San Sebastian. Like that's their fucking small town. So like, I went to El Yunque like, 2011 for the first time, and that shit was. I was like, damn, we had this here this whole time. Like I was getting mad. Like we could have ziplined through this motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh, you did the zipline thing?
Yeah,
is it the largest one in the world?
I did it too. Yeah. No, but that's on the other side of the island. It's the second longest in the world. I haven't done that one yet.
El Toro or something.
But they got one in the Yunque. I did that one. It's dope.
But it's crazy. Like as a kid, I went and we just sat on the porch and went
chilled,
right?
Right?
Went to the beach a couple times. Never saw any tourist shit. And then maybe my mom took us to a moto one time. Was like, all right, that's cool. And we saw the satellite dish in Arecibo because it was like not too far from us. But then like just growing up, I never seen that paguera in fucking Ponce. Like I was like,
there's so much to see, right?
There's a bunch of shit there, but you don't like if you're there. Yeah. People on the island, they don't give a fuck. They don't care that.
There's some people that have never been to San Juan, bro. Like
seriously,
yeah, bro.
Wow.
Like my mom grew up. My mom is from Juncos, and that's the next town over on the other side of the rainforest. She has never been to the rainforest, bro.
She can see the rainforest.
She can see the motherfucker. She ain't never been there. You know what
tengo que ir?
Yo lo veo ahí.
Exactly. Why the fuck do I gotta go over there?
Right. I want to go, man. I've never been to Puerto Rico, man.
It's I would highly recommend it.
No, the travesty is that there's a lot of Puerto Ricans who grow up in the States and living out here in the diaspora, and like they only go to Puerto Rico when it's an emergency, like somebody died and shit. You gotta go bury a motherfucker. You know?
Yeah, not
that shit ain't cool. Like then you ain't gonna have a good memory of Puerto Rico, because when you go and you get stuck with family and they're fucking like they don't want to take you nowhere, bro. Like when I go, I can't be like that.
No, because
you go to embrace your culture though, man.
You gotta see the fucking people. You gotta see like the thin ass eyebrows. And last time I was there, the motherfuckers were shaving their arms and shaving their legs, so you can see the hair growing back.
Bro, that shit blows me, man. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's like so guys, you saying?
Bro. Last time I was there, it was like they looked at me like I was this Sasquatch.
You're a Sasquatch, bro.
Like, had regular arm hair. Like, look at this guy,
bro.
I mean, then they could tell I was paper white, so like, they didn't fucking like.
Bro, not only do they thin their shit out, bro, but then like they got that little fucking earring up here and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
now they're all rocking bangs, though. Now the Latinos,
now they got the bangs,
the Frankenstein bangs.
Get the fuck out of here, with that
bro.
bullshit.
But it's just so funny to go see these jibaros, bro.
That shit is insane, bro. How the fuck you gonna go to the barber and you leaning back and the motherfucker with a string like?
Are you serious,
bro? Like that?
I get my eyebrows threaded on front, bro.
Ain't no wrong with that, man. No, but do it like that. Do it like a real,
like a thin line,
like a half inch.
Nah, dude. But the thing is, like, you gotta go. Like, I feel like if you Puerto Rican, you gotta go back. You gotta hang out with the motherfuckers like that are there, that are just living a life and shit like that. And like, you gotta see it.
Yeah.
And like, luckily, my mom's big thing was because my dad was from New Jersey. Like, he's one of them Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So he fucking. My mom's like, nah, I'm gonna make sure Abi's born in Puerto Rico. Like, we're doing all this shit back there, because she was straight from the fucking island. And then every time we would, like, any family, there was no vacations anywhere. Motherfuckers, I'd never been to Wisconsin Dells to this day. My mom's like, why would we go there? We'll just go to Puerto Rico. Like, why am I gonna spend $400 on a 2-hour drive when I can get the fucking plane? We just go hang out and stay for free, and you know what I'm saying?
And it's warm. Beautiful.
Warm. Yeah, so it was like, my mom been in Wisconsin Dells. That kind of fucked me up, though. Like, how you go without me? But anyway, that's a different story for another day.
Nah, this wasn't for you. I've never been to the Dells either.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
I just went to Lake Geneva like a year ago for the first time. I was like, oh, this is cool.
The Dells is cool, man. It's dope.
It's like, oh, you're missing out.
Now they dried out, though. They fucking, the Dells fucking climate change fucked them up. And they got no water no more.
Damn.
It's crazy. But no,
they got nice rocks.
They got some good ass.
This is a nice pebble stone.
They got some good ass dry lake beds, bro. I don't know if you ever seen dust before, but that Wisconsin Dells dust. top notch. I had to turn on the Tommy Bartlett water ski show, bro. You remember seeing commercials for that?
Yep.
Nah.
No.
Oh, damn.
It'd be people stacked on top of each other, like water skiing. Like, come on.
Like one dude and there's like 20 motherfuckers in a V.
You guys holding each other?
Upside down pyramid. The fuck out
I'm
of
cramping.
Here.
That motherfucker's doing it with his teeth too. He's
Right.
only got 3 It was fucking. Then you got the crow on the other side. There's more than corn in Indiana. You remember the fucking Indiana beach?
Yeah, I do.
I never did any of that
Never
shit.
did
My
that
mom-
shit
I've never
either,
been
bro.
there.
No, my mom just sent me to fucking Puerto Rico.
Well, at least you went to Puerto Rico, bro. My old man did this to us once, bro. We all wanted to go to like, where's the one in Florida? Disney World, Disneyland. Which one is it?
That's world.
World.
What, right?
Yeah.
One summer morning, he's like, you know what? Get your stuff packed. We're gonna go. We're gonna drive. And
That already sounds
my
suspect.
mom's looking. I'm like, yeah, come on, we go. Let's go. My dad was up early. We're like, yeah, we're going. One time we're packing, full blown packing, bro. We got everything, bro, and we're all about to head out. And out of nowhere, my dad's like, you know what? Nah, we're not going. No, I changed my mind.
That's
And
fucked up.
he walked out the ground. We're all looking. I'm like.
That's a setup, bro.
And I was like, why did you? And I remember crying, bro. I'm like, why
he
did
make
you
it-
do that to me?
Did he make you feel like you did something wrong? Like, why?
I
What
think
did
he
I do?
realized that he was probably short in the bank account. He was like, wait, I paid the mortgage? Ooh.
That's,
He could have taken you to motherfucking Santa's Village or something, bro. Kitty Land. or
Oh,
something,
man, he used to
bro.
do that. But that was
Kitty
like, I remember, I was like, why did you do that? To this day, bro, I never even asked him why. I was just like, it's like, why?
that motherfucker.
We were all, I remember we were just like, no, you
So like
didn't.
this, like how many minutes passed from like you packing to like was like a couple
Why you
hours?
digging
No, it was
deeper?
like,
I want to know. This is
I would say like
with
it took
This
us
is-
like an hour, all of it, just grab up and shit, let's go.
He on some spontaneous shit.
You know, yeah, it was like, mira,
And then
vamos,
he canceled that
vamos a
shit.
ir, and then he's like, nah. I was like, no. And we're like, what the fuck? I never cursed so much as a kid. I was Spain, la gran puta. I was like, what the fuck just happened, bro? I was like, man. I don't think after that, I was like, man, I don't even
Did
care
your-
about
wait,
Mickey Mouse, bro.
Did your mom pack too?
Yeah, bro, we all packed.
That's fucked up.
I remember he's like, nah, we're not going. I'm like, wait, why'd you do that?
He never explained.
I never explained. Never bothered asking him.
I say-
My dad was the type of guy you just didn't ask him shit
I
like
say
that.
you
Like,
go over
why? It
there.
was like one of those. Shut up. Okay.
Go over there and like, demand an explanation right now.
No, he'll still uppercut me. 80 years old.
Take a snippet of this, like right now. Cut this and show it to him. Like here, man.
I'm gonna ask my
I want
sister about it.
answers.
I'm like, do you remember when Pops did that shit to us? I mean, he would take us to Great America, shit like that. Like, but we never went to the Dells. He was like, why? Just stuff within our proximity. It's like we don't need to cross state lines.
I never went to a Great America until I was like fucking
8th grade
15
for your
years
fucking
old.
like, school
what's so-
trip. That's
All
what we did.
Here's what's fucked up. My mom came back home with a big ass Wile E. Coyote one day. I'm like,
Oh,
where'd you
shit.
get this from? It's like Great America. I'm like, bitch, you went out without me. Like that's the first time I called my mom. Like only time I called her. I was like, bitch, you went without me. And now I got this big ass Wile E. Coyote sitting in a
Still has
sofa.
it.
No, it's gone now. But it was staring across me the whole time. Like, hey, I brought this for you. I'm like, you could have took me to the roller coaster. That would have been great.
I would have liked to play the game you play to win this
Right.
prize.
Yes, I feel like I would have enjoyed myself at Great. It's like, nah, you wouldn't. And she came back with flyers from the Dells. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Showing you pictures. Look, this is me in the slime.
But that's when I realized, like, oh, she's like in her 30s and then she's dating. So the dude, she like now my stepdad was like taking him to these places. Like, I didn't want to take the kid. Like,
Yeah.
Oh damn.
it was fucked up.
We
It was like-
understand now.
Nah, we get
now
it.
looking
Nah.
back.
Right.
Oh.
Because now I see single moms with their kids now. I'm like,
Right.
you ain't taking them everywhere. Like,
Right. Fuck that knucklehead.
Yeah.
No, the weekend that he's gone, and let's go.
Right.
Exactly. That's when you do your shit. Because I got to think about it. Like, you got kids?
Hell no.
No? How old are you?
52.
52?
Yeah.
God damn, you look good.
Damn, man.
Yeah, I
good for
thought
you,
you
bro.
thought you was in your like late 30s.
I thought it was like
40s.
us, man, in the mid 30s.
Yeah, mid 30s. Oh,
Nah, man.
what mid? Or what's your range for mid? Anything over 35?
Right, 30 to 40.
30 to 45? Is that what you're that demo? That's the demographic you.
That's me, bro. Nah, I'm proud to say I'm 42. I don't give a fuck about that shit, man. It is weird. Like he said, at 52, bang, without hesitating. I'm
Dude, it ain't
42.
the same.
Bro, when I tell people I was born in the 60s, they fucking flip, bro.
See, yeah, fuck that, fucked me up right now.
Low key,
I didn't do the math. I mean, he's 52.
But low key, I get mad when I gotta like put my birthday and I gotta keep scrolling. I'm like,
Yeah.
I go like this.
Where the fuck?
I don't do this. I go like this.
When you're about to sign into the PlayStation, PlayStation? You're just looking for the bird thing? Oh,
Zing, like a Gallagher machine.
Like the
just
Price is Right wheel. I just fucking grab the bitch from the top. Just bring it down.
Bro, I'm like, oh, come on. No whammies, big
You
dollar.
see it, bro. Like, he's like, man, 78. I'm like, damn, 78, the end of disco. And I was like, I don't even remember the end of disco, but I was born in that shit.
I lived it.
I started watching.
Right.
I wore the bell bottoms and everything, bro. Shit, I was around. Look, I was around when Michael Jackson was still black, bro.
You saw all the Michael Jacksons.
All of them.
I saw them all falter.
I saw the Jackson 5.
It was like an eclipse.
Just the many stages of Michael's face.
Just the moon phases.
Yeah, because I don't remember the little kid Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Remember Jackson
I remember.
5, right?
I remember. No.
Even the
I do.
cartoon. I used to watch the cartoon.
Oh,
when
I
was a
remember
kid,
that.
bro.
Oh, the Jackson 5 cartoon?
I do remember
I
that.
watched that because we didn't have cable, so we were stuck on fucking WCIU or the.
Oh, like this.
Yeah, we had
Dude, I
13
remember
channels.
when Bill Cosby had his own show with that little pen.
Oh,
The
yeah.
what?
Yes, Bill Cosby had like
It was weird.
It was a weird show.
It was weird.
It was like cartoonish and skits.
What, Fat Albert?
Yeah, you talking about Fat Albert, bro.
Yeah, is that what that?
Yeah,
it was,
Fat, and
it
then
was
at
like
the
a
end-
half cartoon.
It was like
type
half
shit.
talk show,
Yeah,
half
yeah.
cartoon shit.
Yeah,
They
it
had
was-
that little pen that would make that little
Yeah.
noise and shit.
Yeah. That was Fat Albert.
All that.
That's his Men in Black pen. Like, you would not remember us having
Right.
sex.
Yeah.
Boop.
He's like, sign here. Consent. Hey, now lick the ink.
Yeah, just
This
like,
feels funny.
and,
Discharge. No.
You're gonna feel a slight discharge. Go with it.
No offense to the victims. All right, that was fucked up.
Damn.
But where are we at on time, James?
We are at 1 hour.
Oh, you know what that means? We're done.
Bonus round.
Bro, thank you so much for coming through. Anytime you want to come back,
Yeah, man.
give
That
us a
was
heads
dope.
up. We got to sanitize the room because you might got some COVID. Hopefully you get your money back.
But
from,
no discharge.
And make sure you follow Carlos Jimenez Flores on
It's all
social
social media,
Instagram,
right?
Facebook.
it's all the same thing.
It's all the same thing.
And he's like a top poster on the Legal Aliens page, which y'all motherfuckers. Hold on.
We've been banned.
Shout out, real quick. Shout out to the Legal Aliens group page.
Thank you guys.
Because you motherfuckers made my job a lot harder.
Yeah.
Because
And
now
fuego.
I gotta approve every single post.
We're on the wanted list and shit.
I gotta make that group private. But,
Leave it.
all right. Bye, everybody.
See you guys. Peace. That was good. That was fun. You got another one after this?